Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. This is a game from the round 5 of the World Chess Championship match 2018. Fabiano Caruana had white pieces and he started with e4. Magnus Carlsen played c5, the Sicilian defense. Knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5. The same move as in the game 1 and 3. Carlsen played g6, white to move, instead of taking the knight. In this game, Caruana castled kingside. Bishop to g7, rook to e1, e5. If knight to f6, white may play e5. So we have e5, preventing white's pawn push to e5 and controlling d4 square. White to move. Bishop takes on c6 and c3 are the two most played moves. Caruana played b4. This is a very interesting continuation. Perhaps it was supposed to be a surprise. Judging by the speed of which Carlsen replied, it looks like that Carlsen wasn't surprised with this move. If c takes on b4, a3, and if b takes on a3, bishop takes on a3, in the style of the Benko gambit. Back to our game. So, Carlsen recaptured with the knight. Bishop to b2, attacking the pawn on e5, a6, attacking the bishop, a3, attacking the knight, a takes on b5, a takes on b4, rook takes rook, bishop takes rook, d6. This position was first seen in 2007 in the game between Polshikov and Anoshkin. B takes on c5 was played. Anoshkin played knight to e7. In this position, Caruana played queen to e2. In the before mentioned game, white continued with c takes on d6. And the game went like this. Queen takes on d6, d4, e takes on d4, bishop takes on d4, castling, knight to c3, bishop takes on d4, knight takes on d4, b4. Black went on to win the game. Back to our game. Instead of c takes on d6, Caruana played queen to e2, b4, saving the pawn and preventing knight to c3, queen to c4, queen to a5, defending and attacking. C takes on d6, attacking the defender of the bishop on c8. What would you do in this position if you had black pieces? Carlsen played the best move, bishop to e6. If knight to c6, one line goes like this. d4, queen takes on a1, d5, knight to a7, queen takes on b4, queen to a6, c4. And white has a great compensation for a sacrifice material. Back to our game. Bishop to e6, queen to c7, queen takes on c7, pawn takes queen, knight to c6, c3, king to d7, attacking the pawn and activating the rook. C takes on b4, rook to a8, the white pawn on c7 is not going anywhere. Bishop to c3. If knight to c3, then knight takes on b4. Bishop to c3, defending the pawn, but taking away the best spot for the white knight. King takes on c7. d3. Black to move. King to b6 was played. b5 would be kind of a standard idea. And after king to f1, rook to a4. King to b6 was played. The idea is to play king to b5 and to prevent the knight to c4. Bishop to d2. Okay, let's see the other idea. If knight from b to d2, king to b5, and you can see now that the knight can't go to c4. If knight goes to c4, bishop takes on c4, d takes on c4, king takes on c4. So, Caruana played bishop to d2, intending knight to c3, rook to d8. If king goes to b5, then knight to c3 check, And if king takes on b4, black would get a headache by calculating the dangers of this position. White can play something like rook to b1 check or knight to a4 check. White is advised not to take the knight because of check. And after king moves, rook takes rook. What else can black do? If rook goes to a2, then knight to c3, intending knight to d5. After say rook to c2, knight to d5 check. Back to our game. So, Carlsen decided to place his rook on d8, attacking the pawn on d3, bishop to e3. If knight to c3, rook takes on d3. So we have bishop to e3 check, king to b5, knight to c3 check, king takes pawn on b4, knight to d5 check, bishop takes on d5, e takes on d5, rook takes on d5. Black is a pawn up and has a passed pawn. Rook to b1 check, king to c3, rook takes on b7, attacking the pawn on f7, knight to d8, rook to c7 check, king takes on d3. Carlsen's king is very active, but white still has 3 pieces, and black must be careful. King to f1, h5, if king goes to e4, knight to g5, if h6, g4, preventing king to f5. So, Carlsen played h5, h3, king to e4, knight to g5 check, if bishop to g5, attacking the defender of the f7 pawn, then king to f5, bishop takes knight, rook takes bishop, rook takes on f7, bishop to f6. It is about equal. Back to our game. Caruana played knight to g5 check, king to f5, knight takes on f7, knight takes knight, rook takes knight check, bishop to f6, and draw was agreed at move 33. This was so far the most interesting game of the match, but the best ones are yet to come. What do you think of this game? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.